Time now to turn back to meteorologist Clay Smith in the Storm Alert Weather Center. And Clay, for those of us who've been saying we're ready for fall, okay, certainly feels like it now today.
Yeah, I tell you what, Latrice, we went to the pumpkin patch on Flat Top Mountain yesterday. The weather was a little bit warmer than we would have liked, but today, if you're heading out to the pumpkin patch, 2 thumbs up. I would give you, there you go. It's going to be great. Fantastic weather today. 64 right now in Chattanooga, 60 in Athens, 58 in Blue Ridge. We have winds out of the north-northwest right around 10 miles per hour. And this is all because the front came through again, dropping temperatures nearly 15 degrees from what we had yesterday. Your high is generally going to be in the mid to upper 60s. We hit 85 in Chattanooga on Sunday. Not going to be the case today. 69 and along the Cumberland Plateau, some areas could even struggle to get out of the upper 50s. Going to be a cool, crisp fall-like day here across much of the Tennessee Valley. And as we take a look at what's going on here across the southeast, things are quiet. We have this front pushing in, bringing in that drier air, sunshine, and low humidity. Again, you can't beat this kind of weather, and this is typical for October. We start to get those fronts rolling through towards the middle and end of the month, so we're right on schedule. And here's a look at our Food City cam. Not a cloud in the sky. You can see the trees rustling a little bit. The winds are gusty at times, anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour out of the north-northwest. But outside of that, I mean, things are looking good. And we have this front coming through, and this is going to bring cooler air from much of the eastern half of the country. There's going to be high pressure or the heat dome out to the west. So that's going to keep the warmer air locked out into places like Colorado, California, Texas, while we're going to be dealing with much cooler, below normal temperatures for much of the first half of the week. It's going to be nice and chilly here across much of the Tennessee Valley. And over the next 7 days, look at our highs. Only going to be in the low to mid 60s, and that's here in Chattanooga. Some of our higher elevations likely to be in the 50s both Tuesday and Wednesday. And then going into the weekend, we finally warm up back into the 70s. And here's a look at your cool morning temperature. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, that's when we could have that patchy frost. So before you go to bed on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to want to bring in those plants because it's that time of the year again where we're going to start to see that frost developing, especially in our rural and mountain communities as we go through the middle of the week. So again, maybe a little ahead of schedule if we were to get a frost here in Chattanooga, but a lot of our high elevation or mountain communities get that first frost a lot earlier than Halloween. This is just for Chattanooga, and our first freeze is typically that first or second week of November. So cooler air on the way, likely to see some frost at some point throughout this week. As we take a look at your futurecast, going to be a gorgeous day. Not going to be any clouds in the sky, but tomorrow a little bit different because we are going to be tracking a weak disturbance that's going to be coming in from the north. That'll give us more cloud cover and keep our temperatures cooler throughout the day. And late Tuesday, there could be some showers to our northeast, transitioning over to some snowflakes along the Tennessee-North Carolina line. So some of the highest elevations in the Smokies and the northeast Tennessee mountains, yes, could see some snow here in the middle of October. Not going to see any here in our coverage area, but you know, if you have friends and family that live in some of those highest peaks, just be mindful they could see a couple flakes as we move into late Tuesday or early Wednesday, and then by Wednesday afternoon, more sunshine for the Tennessee Valley. But over the next 5 days, we're staying dry. Just not going to see a whole lot of rain here across the Tennessee Valley. And of course, we've been talking tropics for the last couple of weeks. We had Milton, we had Helene. It's been very active for the southeast. We are watching one area of disturbed weather here moving into the Caribbean. Pretty low in chance of development, but it is something that we're going to watch pretty closely. Not expecting any impacts here in the next week, week and a half. But again, if anything changes, we'll let you know. Here's a look at your next 7 days. Patchy frost Wednesday through Friday mornings. Then we get the 70s back into the weekend, Latrice.